I'd like to have like democratic control of the workplace. Like we get to vote for the twats who are like meddling with our tax money, but we don't get to vote for the people who actually control society, which is like big business. And yeah, so what I would like to see is people voting in who they want to be their manager, voting in who they want to be in charge of their company that they work for.
Right.
I really want it to be a yes, but I think at best it's like the first step in a really fucking long journey. And like, yeah, to start with, it's just going to be the same neoliberal shite as anyone else. Like the SNP are actually pretty right wing. They're kind of anyone who stands a chance of getting into pretty right wing. And in fact, if they weren't, they'd be dealt with, or we would have our vote taken away. I think so. But this vote that we've got is the most important. It's like the most power any of us will probably ever wield in our lives, because it's probably not going to be an anarcho-syndicalist Scotland or an anarcho-syndicalist fucking communist utopia world. It's probably not going to happen in our lifetimes anyway. We're probably going to use all the oil up first anyway. But usually you're just voting for a prick who'll do completely different shit to what they said anyway. Whereas now we've all got a vote, and all of our votes count. Like usually you've got like elections essentially decided in marginal constituencies, where like a handful of people are the ones who really decide who gets into government. Whereas in this referendum, we've all got a vote, and everybody's vote counts the same as everybody else's vote. It's wicked. I think, as I was saying to Bogue earlier on, what we should do after this is make all the major decisions via referendum. Like if we just make it all simple, like yes, no. Should we invade Iraq? Yes, no. No, we wouldn't have invaded Iraq. You know what I mean? Yep. Should we like fucking tax the rich to provide public services for every other cunt? Yes, you know what I mean? Like referenda is the way it goes.
I think an ideal Scotland, I'd probably echo much of what Tickle said. I'd echo a lot of the ideas about a representative democracy, something where you actually feel like what you say and what you think is at least represented, even if it doesn't win. Just feeling like you're not throwing something off a bridge or banging your head against a wall, because frankly you do. I think ideal Scotland would just be cunts being sound to cunts. Like frankly, I mean it's a trite way to put it, but I think Bill and Ted said it best. Be excellent to each other. Now I feel like we've got the chance to build something interesting. I don't feel like the options we have are yet apparent. I feel like there's that party, and you can point to like successful or unsuccessful statesmen. But yeah, I think for me more it's about inclusivity. It's about I think generally treating each other in a way that's respectful and is not based on our fears and prejudices, but is instead based on a proper understanding of what's needed and what's helpful. And I think that's across the board, whether it be education or medicine or science, technology, or whatever we're approaching. Approach it with reason, approach it with ration, and approach it with kindness.
Okay.
Cool. Right, nice. That was unintentional. Sorry, Tickle.
So new Team Scotland.
I would be the benign dictator of Scotland. Perhaps after the last king, you have the new emperor of Scotland. I'm the new emperor of Scotland. That's my dream. I'd just like to sort things out a bit. I mean, there's a lot of homelessness. There's a lot of.
So how are you going to sort it out as king? You're the king now. How do you do it?
Massively raise taxation. I think, because why have disposable income when you could have everything you needed given for you by your tax, and everyone has the same. Like you don't need 200 grand a year when someone's on 16 grand a year. Why not just sort of make it a bit more even?
Okay.
Just be a bit nicer to each other. And yeah, if people need something, give them it. Stop blowing things up when there's more productive stuff you can do at home. Get rid of food banks. Get more food production in Scotland, because that's going to stop fucking the ozone layer. Yeah, I think.
So more sustainability, more happiness.
Exactly. If something's fucked, stop fucking it. That's my dream of Scotland.
If it's fucked, stop fucking it.
I'd quite like the Green Party to get in after the referendum. I think that would be good. I think if we can vote yes and get some of the smaller parties in actual bigger voice, and then have more of a chance at actual proper democracy. Yeah, the way we treat drug culture in general is totally backwards and ridiculous, and I think it takes a smaller party that are more coming out and finding themselves and growing, can integrate these ideas in, instead of a larger party having to go back on things that they've already said, we're not going to treat it like this, we're going to do it this way, this is the way we want things to happen. There's no way that they're going to be able to ever put across any fucking legalisation of anything, or have more like sensible approaches to things, because they've already shot themselves in the foot and said that they don't want it to work that way. And that system that they're currently in is like failing, I think, tremendously, and with all the kind of drug deaths and all the sort of terrible things that are kind of happening through our backwards drug laws at the moment. I think a lot of the way, not just necessarily the laws that are about drugs, but the way people treat drugs and the way people treat like ecstasy and weed and things like that. And it's now like weed's like legalised for like half, like fucking, what is it, like 10 states or whatever in America now or something like that, and it's fucking, it's used as a medical uses and things like that. Like Scotland have like a higher rate per population, I think, of MS than like fucking anywhere else in Europe, and obviously marijuana is used as like a help for MS, and we just can't have any access to any of that because of the way we treat it, and things like ecstasy and stuff like that. Ecstasy being like it was like a class A drug, I think, and it's like mental. It's something that like is non-addictive and has, when it's actually treated properly, doesn't have any negative effects. It's people abusing the current laws that they have to put crap in ecstasy or make fucking pills that have PMA in them and whatever, and just fucking really, the bad things are allowed to happen because of the drug laws that are currently in place. And I think instead of just wiping it out completely, or we'll never get rid of that, like the music industry is like multi-million-dollar industry that's kind of based around that dance music and ecstasy culture and everything, and the government's profiting from that with festivals and all these things, and fucking it seems like the people that are going to these places are either getting arrested or they're dying or they're being fucked over, and well, everybody else seems to be profiting from that.
Are you a creative? Yes, I am a creative. I work in the creative industries.
I am a human, yes, if that's what you mean, yes.
I'm a human being that does stuff. Yes, I'm all about that shit. My dream Scotland. My dream Scotland is a Scotland where people come first. Not profit, not hitting targets, but people. Right, and people talk shit about Salmond, right? Okay, and fair dues, he's a big personality and, you know, he's doing his own thing, but I got enough respect for the guy. I mean, I know that he knows that this referendum is about more than the SNP, and, you know, it's about Scotland and the Scottish people. I think Salmond would be a fool to ignore the creative industries when most creative people in Scotland are yes voters. We're all yes voters because, you know, we all believe in the dream, the possibility of how Scotland can be. How is it going to fucking differ? It's going to differ in that we're not going to be listening to David Cameron and the rest of the pricks in his fucking parliaments about the way we should be living our lives, because let's face it, nobody is fucking happy with the way this government is doing things. Not in England, not in Wales, not in Northern Ireland, and definitely not in Scotland.
What I like to do, I like to read different among human people. But I like to teach their language to a lot of human people. I like to read the videos of deaf people are not stupid. That's why I like to think about that. I want to teach deaf children, teach children the education. I want to teach deaf children that have so many possibilities in Scotland. That's what I want to do now. I want to give them the potential to do anything they want to do. I'm not talking about deaf people, I'm talking about the disabled people. And I can equal out anybody else. That's what I want to fight for.
And for Scotland, I would like to see kind of like a much more eco Scotland. So not only like wind farms and stuff like that, but like taking advantage of our farms. So like making more local markets, so even the streets were built with markets and local crap and actual small Scottish business, so less Tesco's and more like farming in Scotland just coming in here, so it'd be nice to have prosper and more of an eco-friendly Scotland, and as well as like equality for people, not just for like class or whatever, but for like disabled people to be seen as a norm, to be seen as like not something that's strange. So I don't want people's reaction to be like, oh, you're deaf, just like, oh, okay then, and then kind of like speak slowly, or like with blind people, they just like take into account and not like be amazed that oh, you're disabled. So I want that kind of equality in Scotland. So everyone feels
normal no matter who you are.
Yeah, so no matter what you are, your skin colour and everything like that, it's just the norm, so no one is taken aback and they just go along with it and be more aware with what you can do with a dead person, blind person, someone in a wheelchair, just know what you can do to help and just do it instead of being, I don't know, over polite, to be honest. People are too over polite sometimes.
Patronising.
Yeah, exactly. So like it'd be nice if we were like a lot more chilled out by that. Especially now that Scotland can go into be independent. We've already got most of Scottish culture and everything. But it'd be nice to see that come stronger, but people be happier now that they have the Scottish identity, so they can be happier and not be so. But at the same time, I don't want them to be segregated to other people because now they are Scottish. I want them to see, share the Scottish like around.
2020, Scotland will host an international disarmament conference at Faslane, and there'll be no nuclear weapons by the following Wednesday. I just think it's quite a good idea. Save some money and make the world a more peaceful place.
Cool. So that's the prime thing in your dream Scotland, is to get rid of the bombs.
Yeah, and I think it can actually happen as well. I think we've got an opportunity to make it happen in the next week, and I hope it does.
In my dream Scotland, I would have a Scotland and a world where everybody is empowered to make change in their communities and the world around them. I think we need to take power away from the top layer and give it in meaningful ways to communities and let them run their own resources and give people the power to create a better world.
Dream community of Scotland. Man, it would be a perfect nation, one where everyone is welcome. You don't have to know where you were born, what religion you are, because you would be welcome in this perfect Scotland, this world, right? We would get rid of the fucking Tories. We would get rid of all these fucking bullshit ass politicians, because guess what? The people of Scotland would run their country because we know how to. We're sick of this English rule. We're sick of all the bullshit that's been told to us through our schools. We are sick of all of it, but guess what? We will come on top no matter how much, even though there's 27% that don't even know what vote they got. So I don't know what it is to say, because that was so on the BBC, even though that's ran by pedos too, but fuck them. We'll get rid of it too. We'll get rid of all the bullshit that has kept us depleted like uranium, but that's not the tool.